continue with the series on eternal judgment, which is this last of the 6 foundational doctrines taught us in the book of Hebrews, chapter 6, verses 1 and 2. And the text verse that we've used for the series of teachings, we'll read again because it is basically the text that we've been using. Scripture says, "Therefore, leaving the discussion of the elementary principles of Christ, let us go on to perfection, not laying again the foundation of repentance from dead works." The Lord pronounces here is that they shall be called what? Least in the kingdom of heaven. So they're still in the kingdom of heaven. They're still born again, children of God, saved. However, the consequence is they get placed in a camp of believers called least in the kingdom of heaven. And then he talks about those who keep the commandments and teach others. Guys, you need to live a life that is in obedience to the Lord. You know, this Christian walk is called practices righteousness, is born of him. And so those who practice righteousness can expect to stand before the Lord on that day unashamed, he says. Have confidence and not be ashamed before him at his coming. If we choose not to practice righteousness as believers now, I'm not talking about unbelievers, because unbelievers, it's a different story completely. And by the way, the mercy that James was talking about, he was talking about believers again, not talking about unbelievers. There's no mercy on their day of judgment. Their day of judgment is a day of condemnation. They're just going to find out what kind of penalty they're going to incur. No mercy is extended to unbelievers. However, mercy will